Okay, we're on study section 3, that is rural and community development, of 312. And the study section 3, we're going to consider elements of rural development. For elements of rural development, we're going to consider the works of Aziz 1978, who gave about 5 elements of rural development. And these 5 elements are as follows. Number 1, he talks about the equal tax distribution of lands and other resources. Land is fixed and it's very important. So government had to take further steps to making sure that land is distributed to individual farmer at the grassroots level so that harmoniously they can be able to plant and also go into agricultural program activities, and also the labor that can salvage the issue of scarce resources at the grassroots level. The labor has also put in place so that together we can be able to prepare agricultural development and activities at the grassroots level. Number 2 is about the organization of rural population for collective activities appropriate to the stage of development and level of technology that has been reached. You see, if you want to go into rural development, as far as we're concerned, as this emphasized that one of the elements, the organization of the rural population itself must have to be tied to development of technology, because you can't ask the technology that was used about in 18th century to be used in this particular 21st century, or even in the 19th century, those tools that were used for agricultural production to be used in this particular 21st century. So today, we have modernized and organized farming strategy that are put in place. So it's the responsibility of government to now package all of this particular modern technology, drive it together with the rural people so that they can reach a harmonious target for agricultural products and productions at the grassroots level. So it's very, very important to government to come together, unite the people, the total population at the grassroots level, to manage them and then inject a new breed of technological drive so that the people at the grassroots level can imbibe the culture of new technology or doing things at the grassroots level, particularly in agriculture, in terms of combined harvesters, tractors, insecticides, pesticides, and new seedlings that can produce agriculture in distant time, fertilizer production and distribution with these people. And then you have to also train the youth in the ICT and all that, so that technology can be the drive point or the driving point for the youth at the grassroots level to harness and then make a living. So today we're in a global environment. So the globalization is about new technology thinking. A critical thinking about new technology will not only reside within the urban centers, but the people at the grassroots level too should enjoy the same thing as the issue of technology is being canvassed and then enjoy at urban centers. The rural people must also have to key into it, and the government has the responsibility of this particular technology drive and whatever. And this includes the ability to mobilize the unemployed and underemployed labor force for improving the land, undertaking irrigation, water control projects, or building rural roads and all that. So it is important that irrigation must have to take place at the grassroots level. We must have to make sure that irrigation activity takes place. If irrigation activity takes place during dry season, we can also have bombard agricultural productivity and production. Because during dry season, it is only irrigation or through irrigation that we can retain successful agricultural producing of goods and services. So once land is fixed and dry season comes, irrigation is not being enhanced, it becomes a very big problem. So it is right time for government to educate, bring the rural communities together, and then drive that particular project of making sure that irrigation facilities are built around individual rural communities, and then teach them how to go about modern irrigation facilities and farming, so that we can also benefit from this particular new trend of irrigation of agricultural facilities and all that. The next one is the capacity of the rural population to diversify its activities to ensure increasing social productivity in growing population, more employment opportunities, and rising income. We must have to diversify it. Because today, if you go to rural areas, it is only farming that is the preoccupation of people at the grassroots level. But with diversification, some people can go into new technology drive, ICTs, and all drive that can give the individual people at the grassroots level a hope to diversify from agriculture to new modern technology. So diversification is very, very important. People should be taught to also go into commercial activity, commercialization. The people at the grassroots level should also go into transportation, not only farming alone. They should also taught into to go into sports and cultural activities like dancing that can create opportunities for them to showcase their cultures at the national and also global level. Today, if you have Calabar Carnival, Abuja Carnival, we have a lot of cultures that come to showcase their dances and all that. So it's the right opportunity for people at the grassroots level to be mobilized culturally. So times like this, events like social organization, social cultural interaction, they will come with their cultural troops to come and showcase and also dance for people to see. And then such people who are engaged in dancing, they're supposed to be promoted. And that is the reason why it is not only education at the grassroots level that can provide opportunity for people to go into diversification. Culturally, we can promote our cultures. And then by harnessing potentials of cultural activities, bringing people together to dance, and then promoting them to also come to the center and even at the international level. Then the next one, as this talked about the gradual but active promotion of social development. Social interaction, social development is very important. It's key to rural development. So one of the elements is that we must have to socially integrate and promote people at the grassroots level to interact. Today, market opportunities have to be opened, community-based centers, social clubs should be opened, and community development organization and structures, buildings, town halls union must be promoted. Town halls unions hall must be constructed and given to individual communities so that from time to time they interact and discuss issues that affect the communities and all that. And churches and mosques should also serve as a basis for people to come together and then carry out their spiritual and social activities so that the issue of frequent social strife, civil unrest at the grassroots level will be minimized. We cannot have accelerated rural development when the environment is not secured. But with security and social interaction, everything that is needed at the grassroots level will be achieved through the process of socialization and all of that. So social integration, social interaction, commercialization, and other activities that can form the integral part of social life of people at the grassroots level must be promoted so that these people look at themselves as together, the togetherness they can promote and then achieve the context and contour of rural development strategies and approaches. So it's very important. The next one, as he emphasized, is the provision of a political and administrative capacity to link particular rural communities with the rest of the communities. Once you provide administrative capacity and also linked politically individual communities to the next community or to the rest of other communities, you have decided to enhance the administrative skills and capacity to also think advancement in political activities within that context. So it is important that we must have to bring the rural communities together, give them administrative skills, and also give them hope of a people who will think about the political activities and also have the best of their time to exist. Then, on this note, I'm going to close the lectures. Thank you for the listening. We'll see for the next time as we converge for face-to-face lectures. Thank you all.